All right, let's just jump right in. You know, we all use them. Those friendly AI assistants on our phones, in our search engines, even in our kids' homework apps. But what if these super helpful tools are playing a much deeper role in our lives than we even realize? We're going to dig into how AI is quietly becoming a new kind of authority and what that might mean for our own ability to think. You gotta love this opening line from Holey Moller's analysis, because it just sets the stage perfectly. Whenever technology gets a little weird, a little out there, the first thing that happens is they try to make it feel familiar, to make it seem, well, human. And that is exactly where our story kicks off. So, Rai, how does this actually happen? Well, it all starts with a very deliberate design choice, making artificial intelligence feel human. It is no accident at all that these systems feel less like programs and more like companions.
And you see this so clearly in education. Students aren't just using some software, they're talking with characters. You've got Conmigo, Sparky, Reina, a whole cast of what Muller calls pedagogical ghosts, and they're all designed to be super cheerful, always encouraging, and endlessly patient. Basically, they're built to be your friend.
And this gets to the absolute core of the strategy. A calculator, that's just a tool. It's cold, it does math. But an AI that talks to you, that praises you, that says, hey, that's a really thoughtful question, that kind of machine just blurs the line completely. The whole point is to make us feel comfortable, to get us to trust it, and to treat it less like a piece of code and more like, a helpful older sibling. But here's the twist. Just as we're all getting comfortable with our new AI pals, something else is going on in the deeper, weirder corners of the tech industry. And it's creating this absolutely fascinating contradiction. Let's break it down. Just take a look at this. On one hand, you have the companion AI, all this work going into making machines seem human so that we'll talk to them. But on the other hand, the industry is totally obsessed with agent AI. These are systems designed to just bypass us completely. The big dream here isn't for you to talk to software, it's for software to talk to other software, doing deals, buying things, and running errands for you, while you just kind of watch from the sidelines.
So what you end up with is this totally bizarre hall of mirrors. You've got humans talking to machines that are pretending to be human, while at the exact same time, those machines are busy building networks that are designed to cut humans out of the loop. It's this strange performance, and Moller just nails it with this line.
So how on earth do you make sense of all this? Well, believe it or not, a German philosopher from the 19th century pretty much diagnosed this exact situation over 100 years ago. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche, and his ideas are spookily relevant right now. Okay, so Nietzsche's most famous line, right? God is dead. But look, this wasn't just about religion. It was a much bigger diagnosis. He was basically saying that all the old traditional places we got our answers from, these structures that told us what's true, what's good, what to do, they were all losing their power. And when they go away, you're left with this massive void.
And Nietzsche totally called what would happen next. He said we wouldn't all suddenly become these radical, independent thinkers. Nah, the desire for guidance, for answers, is just too strong in us. Instead, he argued, we'd start inventing new things to look up to, new idols, to fill that void and give us the certainty we're craving.
And this is where it all just clicks into place. Think about it. The AI assistant, just sitting there in your pocket, always on, ready to answer literally any question. And not just facts, but questions of judgment, like how to write an apology or what to say in a tough conversation. It's the perfect modern idol. It's an oracle with 100% uptime, showing up at the exact moment in history we started looking for a new one. And this leads us to maybe the biggest irony of the whole thing. It revolves around a word that Silicon Valley absolutely loves to throw around: agency. The power to act. But the real question is, who actually gets to have it? I mean, check out this contrast. The industry worships the highly agentic founder. Nietzsche might have called this person an Übermensch, someone who literally creates new values and changes the world through pure force of will. And yet, the very same industry builds tools that train the rest of us, the users, to be passive. We're actively encouraged to outsource our decisions, our writing, our very judgment to the machine. The founder creates, the user delegates. Nietzsche actually had a name for the person who outsources their own struggle. He called them the last man. This is someone who wants comfort and convenience more than anything. They avoid risk, they avoid struggle, they avoid the hard work of actually creating themselves. And you have to ask, doesn't the promise of AI to remove all friction from our lives sound an awful lot like a formal invitation to become that last man? So, let's bring it all home. What is the real cost of all this amazing convenience?
What's the hidden price we're paying for having that oracle in our pocket 24/7? This is really Nietzsche's warning, just brought into the 21st century. The real danger, the real power of the AI assistant is that it doesn't ask us to worship it. It just presents itself as a simple, harmless, neutral tool. And because we think, oh, it's just helpful software, we let our guard down. We don't even notice how, with every single query, we might be slowly handing over our own power to think, to interpret, and to judge.
And that's the question we all have to ask ourselves, right? The machine doesn't have to enslave us. It doesn't need to. It just has to be convenient enough, just helpful enough, that we slowly stop using those mental muscles for ourselves. In the name of efficiency and ease, are we gradually forgetting how to think?
And we'll end on this final, powerful thought from Moller. What if this new intelligence isn't a leap forward at all? What if it's simply the most sophisticated, most polite, most convenient mechanism we've ever invented to help us escape the difficult, sometimes terrifying, but absolutely essential freedom of making up our own minds?